A brand new AMA, a whole lot of bug fixes, and Rec Room is now recording your voice data. Hello everybody, I'm BillehBawb from BVR, and welcome back to another episode of Rec Room Roundup. And yes, you heard me right, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. Rec Room is now using voice data from its players for moderation in-game. We'll talk about that in just a second, so stick around if you're interested, but first, I do want to go over some of the stuff they talked about in the latest AMA. And this one actually has quite a bit of good stuff to go over, so instead of me just hand-picking random things from it and telling you about them, instead I'm going to be doing the ultimate AMA lightning round. Alright, let's go. First, Gribbly talked about how they'd like to expand the rec center in the future, and this is something he's talked about before, but this time there was a little bit more detail given. He gave the example of it being more like a larger town center instead of what it is now.
We definitely want to expand the rec center to be more of an open space, more of a kind of a plaza or a town square where you can walk around and kind of see things over there like, hey, what's that interesting building over there? Let's go check it out. And it's a bit more like that rather than just like one little room.
This doesn't seem to be a change that's gonna happen like really super soon, but definitely look forward to it. This one's actually really exciting, and they just like mentioned it in passing, but Gribbly said something about the ability to have user-generated content avatar items.
Something we are looking to do is do some experimentation with allowing you to see creation of some avatar items. So basically allowing you to customize things in the game and then have them be items that you can wear.
You might be thinking the same thing as me, because this immediately reminded me of Roblox, where they already have a system for people to create, you know, custom avatar items that you can use across different games and such. We have no details on this so far, except for confirmation that it's happening, so I guess look forward to more news on that and look forward to making your own avatar items in Rec Room that persist across multiple rooms. Next, they talked about what the updates are going to look like for the coming few months, and Gribbly basically said that for the rest of this year and near the start of 2022, there aren't going to be any super major updates, but that for these next few updates, and for a couple of the past updates already, they've been mostly focusing on bug fixes and cleaning things up. Bug fix updates like these are something that a lot of the community has been asking for, and they've said they were going to do it, and now they're actually doing it, as we'll talk about later in the updates section. So that's good to see, even if it means it'll be a little bit longer before we get actual new content. Part of these bug fixes and changes is actually going to be a rework to the physics system of the game, which should be coming out early next year. And everybody, get ready to be excited, because this physics update is confirmed to have fixed the teleport delay bug. In case you don't know right now, if you're a teleport player on VR, there is like a really long delay between teleports for some reason sometimes. But here's a video Jay showed off of the new version compared to the old one, and teleport delay is fixed. On top of that, they said that the kind of similar slowdown bug for walking players will likely be fixed with this refactor as well. These are two pretty massive bugs that have been in the game forever now since the Stunt Runner update, and it is great to hear that they are finally being fixed. Alright, if you thought that was rapid fire, you don't even know what's coming, because now we're doing rapid fire. There's probably never going to be a new Rec Room Original laser tag map. The terrain tool is still delayed. There's going to be new updates to the share camera, and rotating objects is coming back to screens. Okay. That is everything to do with the AMA that may be of interest to you. Overall, this AMA was actually pretty good for once, because there was quite a bit of new information revealed. Alright, let's talk about some of the recent updates that have been coming to the game. And you know, as I just said, there actually isn't that much to talk about here, because the updates recently have just been mostly bug fixes. The only real new feature of note since last time is that you can now set distributions for creator earnings in rooms. So instead of every single co-owner in the room earning the same amount of tokens from sales, you can now choose the percentage that each co-owner will get and distribute it based on like the amount of work they did on the room or whatever. This is something that creators have been asking for ever since keys were introduced, and honestly, it was probably my most wanted Rec Room feature since I became a creator in the game, so I am so glad to finally have this now. Other than that, not too much to go over, except for this last patch where they put a little something in the game. Let's talk about the voice monitoring. In case you don't know, at RecCon 2021, they announced that they're going to be adding auto voice moderation to the game. So basically, there's going to be an AI that's constantly listening to what's happening in a room, and if someone says something that's against the code of conduct, they'll be automatically punished for it. So obviously, a lot of people had some privacy concerns for this, and now that we have some more details, now that it's actually being tested in the game, let's go over what we know. First, to clear things up, this bot will only ever be running in public rooms, so if you're in a private room, you don't gotta worry about it. Second, you're not gonna get in trouble just for saying swear words. This bot is designed to detect, like, if you're being rude to other people or saying slurs or doing things that are actually against the code of conduct. In my last video where I mentioned this, I got a lot of comments of people like, oh gosh, I'm just gonna slip up in paintball and swear sometime and then I'm gonna be banned. But you don't need to worry about that, because the bot is not designed to detect just general swearing, as long as you aren't being actively rude to other people. Third, eventually the goal is to have it running in every single public room, but for now, while they're still testing, it's only running in rec centers. And fourth, again, this is going to to be a kind of phased rollout. So right now, it's not just going to instantly ban you if you say something bad. I think right now, it's mostly just in the game to actually collect data and just get everything set up that it needs. And then the next phase is probably actually it reporting people to moderators who say bad things. And then if that goes well and it's accurate and everything, then I think they'll start rolling out automatic punishment so that it will automatically start kicking people to their dorm if they say something bad. This is all clarified in a blog post. I'll leave a link to this in the description down below. It has a lot of good information about this if you want the specifics. In this blog post, they also actually mention what service they're using to do all of this. So I dug a little bit deeper. So they're using a service called ToxMod from some company called Modulate.ai. Modulate? I don't know. I'll have a link to their website down in the description so you can go check it out yourself. Basically, it looks like ToxMod was something created for this exact purpose, to make sure that voice chat can be moderated so it doesn't get toxic. All over their website, it makes it clear that's what their mission is, to stop toxicity in voice chat. They've got a bunch of pages on their website explaining any questions you might have about ToxMod, including ones about privacy and data. Overall, it seems like they're really transparent about all of this stuff and that they take privacy seriously, which is good to see. Another thing is that this isn't like Microsoft or Facebook or whatever, because you know they'd sell your data if they have it. I mean, if you're on Quest 2, Facebook's already got your voice data. I hate to break it to you. This just seems like a smaller startup, so it's not like your data's going directly to Jeff Bezos or something. Overall, after just looking into it and looking around a little bit, I am a little bit less concerned about the privacy stuff now that I've seen all of this. This company they're working with seems to focus basically solely on this ToxMod thing they've made, and they seem to take privacy and stuff seriously, and they seem to be very transparent about all of that, which is all good to see. So overall, as long as they don't like roll it out early and it doesn't start like banning people it shouldn't, I think that this new voice chat system is going to be an overall positive for Rec Room. But of course, only time will tell, so we shall see. And I'm just saying, if you enjoyed me looking into this a little bit more, then a subscription would be greatly appreciated, because I plan to continue doing it for anything new that Rec Room does. Alright, let's talk about some events that are going on in Rec Room. First up, the top 5 for the Stranded Build Contest were announced. Here's a list of all the rooms that got top 5 in their category, including Sanctum of Solitude, a room that I helped with. If you visited it and checked it out, then thank you so much, it means a lot. And hopefully we can get top 3, I guess. The roomies will be taking place on December 11th, and that is where they will announce the top 3 in each category and give out awards. And next up's another one for creators. It's a new system they're testing out this December called Room Rewards. Throughout the entirety of December, they're going to be taking the top 100 rooms that players spend the most time in. And then based on the room's ranking in that top 100, the owners of the rooms are going to get a lot of tokens. This is just the way that they're giving out even more tokens to creators, which is usually a good thing, but I have some questions about this system. Instead of rewarding actual high-quality rooms, this is more just going to be rewarding rooms that people spend a lot of time in, which I guess is good for the game, because they want people to spend time in their rooms, right? But there are a lot of really low-effort rooms out there that people spend a lot of time in. And I don't know how I feel about those lower-effort rooms getting rewards than some that are more higher effort, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. Here's this week's weekly rotation of items. We're starting to get some Christmas stuff rolling in. I'm sure there will be more of that in the coming weeks. And that's going to be it for this episode of Rec Room Roundup. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.